Arsenal fans, after 22 years of waiting, Arsenal are now crowned champions of England, and with the final home game of the season sees Crystal Palace face Arsenal at Selhurst Park, the Champions League finalist versus the Conference League finalist. And it will be an important day in the history of English football as Arsenal will finally lift the Premier League title for the first time in 22 years. A new generation of fans will now get to see the Arsenal players lifting the trophy. But now we want to talk about the final home game of the season, going to Crystal Palace in a game that is now doesn't have much meaning since the league has been decided, and we want to take a look at what happened in the previous game, and as well let's preview this game. So last time we met, Eze scored the winner after Declan Rice set piece. Eberechi Eze, former Crystal Palace player, and it's very interesting because Crystal Palace player Eze, before he joined Arsenal, he was almost going to join Tottenham Hotspur, while in a relegation battle. So you can see how one decision can really make or break your career. Eze was on the verge. He had already agreed terms with Crystal Palace, but now he's an Arsenal player and he's an Arsenal champion of England. So Eze, very emotional day for him. Last season he won the FA Cup with Palace, and now this season he has won the Premier League with Arsenal. So that is an important feat for Eze, and you can see these are the predicted lineups for the game, as Arteta is expected to go strong, but he is expected also to make a few changes with the Champions League final in mind. So this is the same team that started versus Burnley, and Arteta, I believe, is going to make some few changes because he doesn't want any injury issues ahead of the game versus PSG. And also for Crystal Palace, they want to make few changes because they're going to play on Wednesday against, they're in the Conference League final. So they're going to be playing in Leipzig on Wednesday. So I'm sure that will be in the mind of their head coach, Oliver Glasner, who is also leaving at the end of the season. So after Pep Guardiola is leaving City, Iraola is leaving Bournemouth, Oliver Glasner is going to leave Crystal Palace at the end of the season. So also Salah leaving, Casemiro leaving, Bernardo Silva, Andy Robertson. So it seems like the Premier League is now entering a new era, a new phase, yeah, and many new managers, young managers, exciting managers are coming up, yeah, as well. So you look at the last match week of the season, Brighton will host Manchester United, the final game. Burnley versus Wolves, bottom of the table clash. Whoever wins finishes 19th. Then Palace versus the champions Arsenal. Then we have Liverpool versus Brentford, City Villa, Forest Bournemouth, Spurs versus Everton in a big relegation game, and Sunderland host Chelsea as West Ham take on Leeds. So the only thing that is left to be decided are the European spots and the relegation spot, who is going to survive between West Ham and Spurs. Yeah. So for me, I would like West Ham to survive because because Spurs going down and Arsenal winning the league, it will just be poetic, it will be dramatic, and you will see scenes like this. Yeah, party after party after party. Yeah, so you can see people are making songs, movies are being made. Yeah, how people are celebrating this win. Yeah, this is Kenya. So Crystal Palace hosting Arsenal the final day, and you can see celebrations are still continuing across the world. Fans have not had enough of this. Yeah, all across the world, people have been pouring huge celebrations. And on Sunday, if you are an Arsenal fan, we shall be meeting at Nairobi Archives, Kenyan Archives in Nairobi at 12 p.m. marching across Thika Road. Then we are going to land in Roysambu to finally watch Arsenal lift that trophy. So the game is going to start at around 6 p.m. East African time. So by the time we march across Thika Road, we shall be getting to the final game of the season. Yeah. So huge emotional day, and we are not going there under pressure to win the final game. We are now going there to celebrate the trophy. No pressure at all. Premier League trophy is over. It's going to be a trophy presentation now. Yeah, and we are expecting also a guard of honor from Crystal Palace, which is just a normal tradition. If a team wins the league with some games to spare, the team usually gets a guard of honor from the opponent. Yeah, so this will just feel like a normal celebration. So it's going to even be a football match. It doesn't have any. It will be like a friendly, but now with there's no pressure at all on both teams, just a good game of football. Then after the game, the trophy presentations will begin. Yeah. So for me, I would like to appreciate also the team for winning the league early. Now the fans can relax. We know we are not going to bottle anything. We are now champions of England. Yeah. So for me, expect the rotated lineup, the likes of Jesus, Max Dauman to start. Yeah. And I expect that we shall not play in any intensity or any much. There's been not much riding on the game. So I expect a very slow game. Expect a 2-0 win to the Arsenal. Yeah, because it will be just finalizing. And we have a chance also to finish with 85 points. Yeah, so we don't need to go with that mentality of we are going to lose. No, let's finish with the highest possible points. Because if we get 85 points, it will not be more than last season's 24-25 Liverpool, 2015-16 Leicester City, and 7 of Sir Alex Ferguson's Manchester United teams. Yeah, so we'll be getting more points than 7 of Alex Ferguson's Man United teams. Yeah, so 85 points is a good tally, and for winning the Premier League, especially this league, which is very difficult. And also, Arsenal have not lost in 14 Premier League matches, final matches. So I'm expecting Arsenal to win this game simply because there will be no pressure, there will be nothing riding on it. Palace will also be focusing on the final versus in the Conference League final. Yeah, so I'm expecting that we are going to actually see just a normal celebration. Yeah, so you can see Selhurst Park capacity is usually around 25,000 for 86, so it's going to be sold out, and expecting Arsenal fans also to travel from London. Yeah, so the final will actually be against Rayo Vallecano on the 27th, which is on Wednesday. Yeah, so Palace, I hope they win the trophy for giving us Eze. Yeah, so that's what I want. I want Palace to win the trophy because they gave us Eze. Instead of selling Eze to Spurs, they sold him to Arsenal, and he has helped us to win the Premier League in his first season. Yeah, so nothing much on the game, but we expect Arsenal to win. And regarding team news, Mikel Merino is expected to be back for this game, but I don't think he will play because when you're coming from injury, usually it's not good to risk. Yeah, so Merino and Timber, I believe, will be fit for the Champions League final, and we shall be having a full squad. Yeah, so the likes of Nogard Madueke, Gabi Jesus, yeah, who was actually said to be playing his last game as an Arsenal player. Gabriel Jesus have won the Premier League with City and now with Arsenal. Yeah, so Gabriel Jesus will be leaving, so I believe he will start the game and he will be leaving as an Arsenal legend. Yeah, Arsenal and City legend. Also Skelly, Madueke, Martinelli, players who have not been playing much, I believe they shall be given a chance. But I still expect us to win this game because we need to also put focus on the PSG game. So rotation will be there. And Palace at home usually a very difficult game. And I believe they will want to put up a fight. You know now the fact that we are champions. Now everyone wants to beat us. Yeah, we are now the standard. We are now the we are the king. People want to beat you when you are at the top. Yeah, you notice when you become successful is when people want to bring you down. So teams will now be playing with us with seriousness. Yeah, because they understand we are champions. Yeah, so you can see Arsenal fans across the world. Yeah, suits have been made, kanzus, deras. Yeah, you'll see all manner of clothing. Yeah, you can see. So this is what is happening. I expect a lot of Arsenal fans to travel to Crystal Palace. Also in Kenya, shall be having a huge watch party. Yeah, in Kenya, the likes of Rice, Saka, yeah, all lifting the Premier League for the first time in 22 years. It is going to be a scene to be behold. Yeah, so that is it. If you new, subscribe to the Arsenal Palace. Crystal Palace versus Arsenal final home game. Excited. Wear your jersey. Bring your energy. Let us finish the season on high before we start focusing on Luis Enrique and PSG, the champions of Europe. Yeah, can we dethrone them? We'll find out next week. So this is the Arsenal Pulse. If you're new, share, subscribe, like. Champions of England. No longer pressure, no longer needing to win, just pure celebration. This is going to be one of the heaviest celebration weekends that Arsenal fans have witnessed in 22 years. Yeah, and want to thank the team, Mikel Arteta, fans, especially fans. Fans are the most important part of the club. Yeah, because without the fans, there is no club. Yeah, so the fans, thank you so much. Content creators, the board management at Arsenal, everything has been well. Yeah, and we hope that Declan Rice or Raya or Gabriel will win player of the season because we deserve it. Ateta is going to win manager of the season, that is for sure. Winning the Premier League in his first job after 6 years is an achievement. So he has won the Premier League, the FA Cup, and 2 community shields. So you'll be looking to add a Champions League. Yeah. So huge historic season is on the cards for Arsenal. So see you in the next one. Peace out. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. See you in the next one.